favourite memory of Ken was him with the Trivial Pursuit questions, just walking around non-stop. From the moment you woke up in the morning for breakfast till when you went to bed, he'd just be the quiz master, asking you questions. He knew every answer. I was lucky to know 1 in 20, and he always felt like the smartest bloke in the room. So well played, Ken Reid, you're a master.
Ken, you're fabulous, and I will lend you my pony from Pony Club any day you like.
My actual major time spent with Ken was on the lacrosse field, because I was a centre man and a forward, and he was a back man, and the number of times we've clashed is unbelievable. But he was a great guy. He was a good guy to have a beer with after the game. You know, it's fantastic.
A very jovial man he was.
I first met Ken playing golf down at Kringle, and then he was also at the lacrosse club. And yeah, just a great fella. And yeah, had the pleasure of going to Syracuse and playing for Australia, and he was there and had a great time with him. So yeah, gonna miss him.
He had a wonderful smile.
Yeah, he's a good bloke. Committee man, president. Yeah, he's a good bloke.
Yeah, I lived with Kenny at the village. I played poker and that with him. Had a lot of fun. Great guy.
I remember coming to swimming lessons, and after swimming, my brother asked for a can of Mountain Dew from the fridge, but he asked for a can of Mountain Dew. So Ken turned around, took out his false teeth, and said, "Mountain Dew." And it was the funniest thing ever. And I was like, probably, I don't know, 8 years old, and I still remember it. So good.
Kenny, you're an old school gentleman and an absolute legend, mate. Cheers.
Beautiful.
The best dance we've ever seen.
He was amiable, incredibly friendly, generous, always happy to see you, big smile. But I wouldn't have liked to have come up against him as a forward coming down the field, you know. That would have been pretty terrifying.
I'm Tim, one of Sean's good friends, and known Ken for a long time. He's always looked after us very well. Love that smile, love that laugh. Always just a great human. Just Ken. Lots of great memories, especially the Solarian. Never let me in it, but a great Solarian.
Ken and I grew up as little boys. I can remember him as the paper boy at the Williamstown station. Cheeky little kid he was, even though he was 4 years older than me. And I remember him and all his friends at the beach, on that seat at the beach, and then playing lacrosse. Yeah, thanks.
I was fortunate enough to play on the back line with Ken and Nick here as well. And Ken, you'd always know, he would have been a good half-back flanker because he ran in straight lines. It didn't matter who was in front of him. I tried to model my game on his. Marvellous. Good job, Ken.
Hey, Kemi. I know Ken had a last wish. He wanted to take the ladies to get away. So let's put in place really, really soon that we come and pick you up and we get you a holiday and your family just comes and we all have a celebration of the beautiful life lived with Ken. And you guys are legends, and I see you as my own family, and cheers. Lots of love.
Okay, hi Kenny, Justin here. I just want to thank you, Kenan, for the friendship, introducing me to beefsteak and burgundy, and making me work hard and travel. As I got so inspired by you, telling me about all the stories and all your travels, and I want to do the same thing and live a life. I won't ever match up to you, Kenny, but I'm going to try.
We used to play for Melbourne University against Williamstown. There was Phil Pearson and Kenny on the bench line, and yeah, they used to knock us around a bit, particularly a guy, Jim Stewart. We reckon that if there was a jigsaw puzzle, Jim Stewart's head would fit perfectly into Kenny's chest, but he always helped us up after it.
You say, I wish you could have seen me in a white dress. You say what you want to say.
Fine, let's play that.
Straight down the barrel.
Tell me when.
I'm ready.
What did you say?
I wish I could have seen you in I wish you could have seen me in a white dress.
I wish you could see me in a white dress.
My great friend Ken used to love my company's beef and kidney, steak and kidney pies, sorry. I've had 2 glasses of wine. Steak and kidney pies. and he used to buy 2, and he actually ate them before we met each other through mutual friends. But from the time he met me, every time there was a price increase, he used to give me buggery about why am I putting the price of the pies up, sort of stuff.
I remember his poker machine that he had all those years ago, even though Sean thought it must have been a bit of a secret, but I remember, and my kids remember it too.
All I can say about Kenny is one of nature's gentlemen. I've known him for years, always the same, and always a gentleman. And all the times that we'd come across each other, he'd never altered. And even the family and that, I think it's carried on for the family. And all the best to the rest of the family, to Dion and Sean and a lot of you. Cheers, Kenny.
We love Ken. We just love his sense of humour, and we love the movie nights and all the times he spent with him. Lovely.
Wait, give me a sec.
Well, that's going to be in the video, you know.
I loved Kenny's smile, loved his laugh, loved running into him at the Elephant Cafe, and he and Pam were there having coffee and cake. He was the best.
We played cards together ruthless every Wednesday. We played 500, right? He was a fantastic player, and the most dreaded word was misère. And he made it every time someone was on 7 tricks. He made bloody misère, and 90% of the time he got it.
And Reid, he always come down to the lacrosse club when I was coaching them, and all they wanted to do was finish lacrosse training and play cards with you. And they still reckon you're cheap.
Come on. Just absolutely shocking card player.
Good defence man, always there when you wanted him in the game, always there to help you.
Yes, I've known Ken and Pam, of course, through the Shaw family, way back in the Altona Council days. And Kenny and Pam, clients of ours for many, many, many years. And I always remember he was so proud when he took over the vent house at the village. He showed me and he said, come on over, look at this, Heidi. What a great bloke, what a great family.
God bless Ken, it was a pleasure knowing you.
Ken used to tell me I was his favourite of Sean's friends. Cheers, boys. But I used to think of Ken as the velvet sledgehammer. And the reason I thought of him like that, because he was super friendly and nice. But there was one night that Sean and I came home at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and Sean had forgotten his house keys. And I found out there was a very serious side to Ken Reid as well. But he forgave me very quickly, and we were good mates after that. So cheers, Ken.
I understand Ken from Kimberley Park, and about him, he's a lovely guy and beautiful person. And about understand why really from him know how about red wine, what is good, and him tell me what's this red wine. Yeah, lovely kid.
I played golf with him, and it was he was so pedantic about the rules. It gave everyone the shits that we played for. We were there playing for a bit of relaxation and fun. And here's bloody Kenny. You know, you couldn't, if your ball was that far from the bloody hole, you had to knock it in. It was so pedantic, but he was one of the most beautiful people I've ever met in my life, and I love his company.
Kenny, the great man, the only man I've ever known to aim at another fairway to get the ball in the middle of the fairway he's on.
Main memory of Ken, he was always a gentleman. And at the lacrosse club, that was in short supply sometimes. So it was a wonderful influence over a group of young men, teenagers. And it was he was always had a smile on his face, and he was just a wonderful person to be around. So he holds a special place in my heart, and probably quite a few other people around there.
Ken was just the best bloke, and the thing I loved about him most is his gorgeous smile.
Just a great friend, really good, and Pam's wonderful.
Early days of Lawn, the Reid family used to come and stay with us. And no one can even understand how this happened, but we've got this little tiny alcove cupboard. So it's like a 720 door into a narrow corridor. You turn the corner and there's a hot water service. That's as wide as the room is. It's stinking hot, yet somehow the Reed family, Ken slept next to Pam, and Dion and Sean managed to sleep in that hallway. They stayed for about a month.
I was one of those skinny left-handed forwards that he loved to whack. And I actually have a formal written apology from him, which he wrote to me after the statute of limitations had expired. And I've got it up on my wall in my office. Signed Kay Reed and Phil Pearson. Pete Pearson, that's right. And I'm gonna, well, I can't take him to court now because he's bloody piped out on me.
Yeah. So one Saturday morning, Ken and I were playing croquet together, and he did a shot, bent over like this. I said to him, "Are you all right, Ken?" And he said, "No, I'm not breathing very well. I'll have to finish this game and go home and go to hospital." That was Ken. Yeah.
One of Ken's gags I remember from many years ago was, I think, on Spike Milligan's grave. It says something like, "I told you I was sick." So, enduring memory, Ken. Cheers to you, mate.
Ken was the photographer at our wedding for a movie. He had a movie camera, and that was a big deal. But the problem was, he said the red was too good and he got distracted. And his photography dilapidated into...
That's right.
Yeah.